Rock and roll, boys.
There's a lot of kind of nervous energy and guys getting their first taste of actually moving into a city they were going to have to fight for.
Some of the most ferocious fighting seen as the Marines saw it, a rare combat dive.
Get it from the roof! Hey, is he inside?
As US and Iraqi troops push into the center of the city from all sides, the insurgents are running out of places to hide.
Give us the wisdom, courage, and the knowledge to get this job done that you have brought your best here to do.
Fear, adrenaline, and bravery all on display in Fallujah.
Yeah. Downstairs, in the back of the house, Marines found two sort of jail cells.
Our mission is to come over here and lift, the veil of oppression off of the Iraqi people.
There was a moment of, my God, was that a Marine on the other side of the wall who's been hit?
We are preparing a broadcast on the psychological toll that the war is taking. Tonight, though, we'll start to give you a sense of why that is. ABC producer Nick Watt and cameraman Jeff Thorpe-Willett were embedded with the Marines in Fallujah. What you're going to see and hear tonight has a raw and graphic quality to it that is often missing from American television reports. And still, it doesn't convey the heat, the smell of fear and death, or the numbing effect of war that builds up over time. That's why when they send you into combat, they have you focus on the guy to your left and the guy to your right, your buddies. Your guide, once again, is Nick Watt.
Now when you get ready to go into a fight, what do you got to care about more than anything in the world? Fellow Marines, brothers, these mugs right here. When we go into a fight, this is all that matters. The rules of engagement are robust, right? If you're taking a surrender and their hands are up, and all of a sudden they drop their hands and come running at your position, what do?
Kill them.
Why? Suicide bombers, right? But I never want you to lose your dignity and respect in what we're here fighting for. We're here fighting for the innocent people of Iraq. The good people. I wish each and every one of you well. Godspeed. Do your best out there and look out for each other.
You can see huge plumes of smoke over the north of the city. The American helicopters were flying overhead, firing on suspected insurgents. There was outgoing fire. US aircraft were coming over and bombing positions very close to us. There were trucks moving in, there were armored vehicles moving in, there were Marines on foot. There was a real sense of sort of excitement, I suppose.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
Oh, I'm good. Ready to go in?
I feel just fine.
Rock and roll, boys.
You got friendly on that side. Hey, let's go.
There's a lot of kind of nervous energy and guys getting their first taste of actually moving into a city they were going to have to fight for. We moved up the street and walked into a house and you could smell dead bodies before you even got near the house. And we went in, and just lying in the kind of carport of the house, there was a body covered in a blanket, and it looked like it had something underneath. So, I mean, the Marines didn't touch the body because it was most likely booby-trapped.
Walk in here. This is what these sick, conniving people do.
And we went inside, and there was another body strapped into one of those vests that it was either like a suicide bomber vest or just a vest to hold ammunition for AK-47s. And this man had been shot once in the forehead and was just lying. He almost looked like a mannequin. In fact, at first we thought he was a mannequin. What would happen is each morning and during the night, the US would use artillery and air fire to pound the neighborhood that the Marines were about to move through, so sort of pushing the insurgents back. They would also target buildings that intelligence had led them to believe were full of insurgents or full of weapons. Those buildings would just be destroyed. We passed this mosque, this Sufi mosque, and the Imam's house, which was just next to the mosque. The Marines went in there and found more weaponry than I've ever seen collected in one place. So it was obvious that this neighborhood was going to be problematic. And round the corner from where this arms cache had been found,
Watch out, let me get a shot. Where is it? Where are they at?
as the Marines moved along the street, they started taking small arms fire, a lot of small arms fire from just up the road.
Get it from the roof!
Hey, is he inside? Watch out!
And at this point, I was with 3 Marines on one side of the street. Jeff, the cameraman, was on the other side of the street, and Jeff kind of hunkered down. I could see him hunkering down behind like a step.
Let's go!
It's very difficult in these narrow alleyways with the echoes and to know where any of this gunfire is coming from.
Hey, where are you?
They couldn't get radio contact with one guy.
Hey, where are you?
And they kept on trying, and they kept on asking everybody, do you know where he is? Do you know where he is?
Where is it?
And it became clear that he was not okay. And it turns out he'd been killed fairly early on.
We need to know where he's at.
I don't know. I think he's coming from down there.
We went into a small courtyard with four of the Marines.
He's right in that garage right there. There's another guy right there. He shot me with the AK. He lobbed a grenade over the top of the roof. Hey, who's up there?
Who's up there?
And they managed to work out that there was a gunman in a garage just about sort of 15 or 20 feet behind us. I mean, it was chaotic, and Marines had set up gun positions in various different places. And at the same time, the unit that was moving down the lane next to us had got itself involved in a completely separate firefight with each other. So there was sort of spillover between the two.
Oh, is that them on the roof?
Hey, is that friendlies on the roof?
Our Marines would see a gun barrel on the roof just poking round behind some bricks.
Hey, who's on the roof?
And they would have to work out, is that an M16 or is that an AK-47? Is that friendly or not?
Hey, who's on the roof?
Who's on the roof?
If there's fire coming in from one area, it's very difficult to know where that fire is coming from, but it's also very difficult to make sure that you don't hit your own.
Watch the fire! Watch the fire!
If you can't see what to shoot at, don't shoot!
West!
Hey, get a visual on this!
One insurgent ran along the roof overlooking the courtyard where we were and was firing in our direction. The 4 Marines we were with all opened up, shot him. He fell down in between the 2 buildings.
Hey, where are you?
We couldn't see him. He was behind this little wall. If he's not dead, he could throw a grenade over or he could fire at us again, but it's also very difficult for our Marines then to shoot into there because they don't know who's on the other side.
He's still back there.
Get you guys some cover.
We heard movement behind the wall of the courtyard. One of our Marines threw a frag grenade.
Fire out!
As soon as he'd thrown the frag grenade, we just heard this incredible screaming of the person who'd obviously been blown up by this thing. And then there was a moment of, my God, was that a Marine on the other side of the wall who's been hit by that?
Let's go. Go. Hey, pop that wall. Got anything?
Hey, we gotta go! Hurry up!
Got anything? Anything?
Hold on, I got one!
He's done. Just him? Roger.